Well, hello guys, Pokeplayer, and today I'm back for a new video, and today I'm here with you guys for a top 10. I've done one top 10 on my channel, and that's the top 10 of weird Pokemon typings, I believe. Something like that. I will leave it in the description below, but today I'm here for a top 10 Pokemon that deserve more. So, what do I actually mean by that? Well, I actually mean that there are some Pokemon in the metagame that actually didn't get what they deserved, in my opinion. They just deserve some more. So I hope you guys like the idea of this, and I hope you guys can stick through this video because I'm sure you will like it. And well, I didn't include all the Pokemon because it's only a top 10. A few of these Pokemon are Quillfish or Cricketune, and that's mainly because they do have some stuff for them. Quillfish has Intimidate and Toxic Spikes. It works pretty well, and Cricketune has the Sticky Web. That's the mainly reason why its thing is used. But without further ado, let's go into the number 10. Number 10. So the number 10 on my list is Vespiquen. So, well, Vespiquen. It is a pretty good Pokemon, to be honest, guys, but it is not good enough in my opinion. Vespiquen deserves more. And that's mainly because, look at it, it's an amazing Pokemon. It's the queen of all the bees, and it gets outclassed by Beedrill, by Mega Beedrill. That should not happen, Game Freak. Give this thing something more, because this thing deserves more. It has an amazing design. It has signature moves such as Defend Order and Attack Order. Those are pretty good and handy moves, and well, I do really like Vespiquen, so I think Vespiquen deserves more, because when I first started Pokemon I caught a Combi and I didn't know what it evolved into, but when I saw it, it was amazing and it was pretty strong, but because of its bug flying typing it is not good enough, because rocks will wreck it, and rocks are the most used thing in the metagame, I would say. So please, Game Freak, can you do a bit more for Vespiquen, because I think she deserves more. Number 9. Well, Beartic is the next one on the list, and Beartic is a really awesome Pokemon. Its design is a bit awkward, but I still like it. And well, I think Beartic deserves more just because it's a bear, and bears are known of one of the strongest Pokemon animals on the planet. So I think Beartic deserves more. With a 110 attack stat, it is not strong enough. And well, Beartic doesn't really have anything. It has quite a well built move pool, but it does not really have good abilities to cope with that. I would recommend giving Beartic a water ice typing actually, because it's a pretty cool and unique typing, and it will help him out for the rain sweeping Pokemon, because it has Swift Swim as its hidden ability. And maybe give this thing Waterfall or any kind of water type moves. It would work pretty well for Beartic, and I think that will make this Pokemon use some more. It would make this Pokemon a bit more special. So I think Beartic deserves more, but now Beartic just got to deal with it. Number 8. Well, Castform is the number 8 on my list, and I do like Castform a lot. I do like its ability and the idea behind it, because it's pretty well thought, and I think Castform really deserves more, because it is a really awesome and unique Pokemon, and having the rain, sun and ice form, it should do some more. It has a great move pool because it has those forms, but it just does not have the stats to cope with it, because if it would have had around 90 base all round, it would have been a lot better, but unfortunately enough it is not the case. Maybe giving Castform a special attack and speed boost would help it out really well, because it just misses some offensive power and some speed to just deal damage to Pokemon. The Weather Ball and Rain Dance, or whatever the move you want to go for, a combination is really great, but it just deserves some more in my opinion. So give this awesome, cute little Pokemon. Just some more Game Freak. I would like to see that happening. Number 7. Lumineon is the number 7 on my list, and that is mainly because its stats. Lumineon has some cool stuff. It gets U-turn, it gets defog, it gets, well, just Surf, Scald, Ice Beam, it gets coverage, but not too much actually. It does get Signal Beam as well, but it's just not good enough because of its stats. Its offensive stats are 62 or 69, just in the red zone, and its defensive stats are alright, but then again its HP stat is not very great. So Lumineon really deserves more in my opinion, because look at its design. It's an awesome design Pokemon. It's one of my favorite fish Pokemon actually, just because of its design, not because of the stats and all that stuff, because that's pretty horrible. And I would like to see something like a Mega Lumineon actually happening, because I think this Pokemon deserves it, mainly because its usage and because it's awesome design, which can become even better with a Mega Evolution. So yeah, that's the number 7 of my list. Number 6. And the number 6 of my list are a few pokes actually, because these are the weak normal types. You guys already know which I'm talking about Spinda, Dunsparce, Delcatty, Watchog. All those normal types you don't really care about, because they're not having the greatest stats and things for them. Sure, Delcatty has Normalize, which is an awesome ability, making Sucker Punch, Stab and all that good stuff, but it has horrible stats. Well, Watchog has Analytic, but it has some speed, so that doesn't really make sense as well. Dunsparce has some cool things. It has Serene Grace and Headbutt, which is a cool combination. Spinda has Contrary Superpower, which is awesome, but they don't have the stats, unfortunately enough. And that's the main reason why they are on number 6. No one really tries to use these things because they are not good enough. So I would really like to let these guys become a bit stronger, give them Mega Evolutions, give them boosts in their attacks, in their speeds, because they are all physical attackers and they are not compared to the other normal types, which are a lot greater than them. Mega Kangaskhan, the god. That's an example. Just give these things Mega Evolution, boost in attack, and then they will rule the world. Number 5. And the number 5 on the list is Farfetch'd. Well, Farfetch'd was probably one of the Pokemon you guys saw coming, because Farfetch'd is in a lot of top 10s, mostly the top 10s of horrible Pokemon, and that's what Farfetch'd actually is. It is a normal flying typing, just like all the other flying typings. And well, Farfetch'd has one cool thing, and that is the stick. So, well, Farfetch'd, you've got the stick, and what does that mean? Well, it means that it has a boost in its critical hit ratio. A boost of exactly 2 points. I don't really know what the cogs are on that, but it is just really good. And Farfetch'd also has the Leaf Blade and the Slash and the Night Slash. Those are both really nice moves to have with the stick together, because that means they crit a lot of the times, mostly all of the times. But unfortunately enough, Farfetch'd misses one thing, and that is stats. Again, Game Freak gave this thing a bit more power, because its highest stat is 65. That is so terrible, guys, so terrible. Why did they need to do that? It's so terrible. 65 as your best stat. Well, sure, all of your other stats are around the same number, but they're still horrible, because 60 stats are horrible. So give this Farfetch'd a bit more, please. A Mega Evolution with the fighting typing, that would be awesome. Something to help this guy out, because it screams for something of help. This Farfetch'd Pokemon deserves more, Game Freak. Come on! Quattro. The number 4 on my list is the Dene, or the Den, whatever you want to call that thing. Well, this is one of the cutest Pokemon I've seen in my life. It's so cute, but it is not good enough. It deserves more. It is another Pikachu related Pokemon, but the problem with the Dene is that it does not have a Fairy Stab. Well, it has Play Rough, but it's clearly a special attacker. Sure, Skyrender made a Bandit the Dene happening and it worked for him, but still, this thing needs to be a special attacker and it needs to have a bit more. Cheap Out set is really cool. I've done some sets which are really fun to use, but the Dene needs some more. It really does. Give this thing a evolution or boost its special attack, and sure, give it a special Fairy Stab move because it needs it. It screams, give me Fairy Stab, give me special moves. And sure, Game Freak needs to do that, and sure, you guys already saw this one coming, but the next one you might not see coming. The number 3. So Carnivine is the number 3 on the list of the top 10 Pokemon that deserve more. And yeah, Carnivine definitely deserves more. Looking at its moveset, move pool I mean, Carnivine does not have any physical type of moves except for Knock Off and, well, Seed Bomb and that other move, Power Whip. But it does not have very much coverage. It does get Bug Bite, but that's about it. And clearly Carnivine is a physical offensive Pokemon. It has a 100 base attack set, which is really great. But it does not really work well with that stat. It also has a 90 base special attack set, which is great. So it could be a great mix set Pokemon, but it does not have speed and really much bulk. It has 72 on the HP and defensive stats, which is alright. It can take a few punches, but not very much. And I think Carnivine actually needs the ability Strong Jaw, because clearly that makes a lot more sense, because look at its mouth. Its jaws flies in it, so it should get the ability Strong Jaw, and probably with some moves like Crunch. It might already get Crunch actually, but with moves like Crunch, Fire Fang, Ice Fang, Poison Fang even, it would work really well with that ability, and I think it deserves it. Levitate is cool, but I don't really think Carnivine benefits from it, because Levitate protects you from Earth type moves, I mean ground type moves, and Carnivine is resistant to that, so it doesn't really help him out. So sure, Game Freak, please, can you give this guy a bit more love, because it's one of my favorites on this list. Number 2. So the second to last Pokemon on this list is Unknown, and Unknown is a special one in this list because Unknown has literally nothing. It doesn't have stats, it doesn't have a move pool, it doesn't have a great typing. It's a pure psychic typing, and it is clearly one of the worst Pokemon actually existing. It's cool that it has the alphabet idea behind it, but it really needs some more, because only having the move Hidden Power, which is already a 60 base move, it is not working well for Unknown. So I really think Unknown deserves some more. I was thinking about giving this guy a Mega Evolution, and actually having a Mega Evolution which is able to get all of the Hidden Powers typing, so it has amazing coverage, and actually having an ability to boost the power of Hidden Power. That would be amazing. Like Hidden Boost, something like that. That would be really cool. But let's go on to the number 1 on the list. And the number 1 is... Ledian is the number 1 on my list because it has so much potential and it has an amazing design. Look at it, it's really awesome. It looks cute, but at the same time it looks pretty powerful as well, but it actually is not powerful, guys. Ledian has an amazing ability which is Iron Fist, which boosts the moves which are punching, for example Mark Punch, Drain Punch, the elemental punches. But the problem of Ledian is that it only has a 35 attack stat. Like, why? You gave it so much physical potential, but you gave it a 35 attack stat? You're for Rizzles right now? I don't get that. Game Freak, why? You really hated Ledian, didn't you? I really like Ledian, and I think Ledian deserves more. It has a terrible typing, which is Bug Flying again. Again, so weak to rocks. It's just not nice. It's just, it's terrible. But I had some thoughts for Ledian actually, because I think Ledian should look like this, but a better design, because this is the best I could find on the internet. But I think Ledian actually deserves a fighting bug typing, because that would work out well on Ledian. It has not too much weaknesses actually, and it really works. And if you would give this thing the Mega Evolution, giving it a boost in its attack stat like 90 base or something like that, it would work really well. Because Ledian has some speed. If you give it 10 base in speed, it would have a 105 speed stat and a great offensive stat. Giving the ability Iron Fist would work out really well. So this was the number 1 on my list, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the top 10 Pokemon that deserve some more. And if you have, please, because it took a lot of time making this video, leave a like and maybe let me know what you thought of my choices in this top 10, and maybe let me know if you have some other Pokemon that deserve more in your opinion. And well, I think I see you guys in my next video. Later.